I'm Nishio Hirokazu. I'm a member of Anno team and the leader of Japanese translation team of the Plurality book. Today, I'll talk about plurality in Japan. The purpose of this presentation is to connect plurality to Japanese context. It will help Japanese people to understand plurality better and provide international people with new insight. So, what is a plurality book? The book was written by Audrey, Glenn, and Plurality Community. The Japanese version is in progress and it's scheduled to be published within the year. And what is the Japanese community? The Plurality Japanese community has, in Japanese community, 44 participants communicate in Japanese on a public forum using a wiki system to build knowledge network asynchronously. This book and knowledge network has already had a significant impact on Japanese society. That is, the broad listening in manifest of the Tokyo gubernatorial election. The broad listening is a concept introduced in the book. Anno Takahiro, a candidate in the election, included broad listening in his manifest. Let me translate the manifest to English. It is in a section of democracy, high-speed reflection of the will of the people. Instead of broadcast, we should use broad listening. So what is a broadcast? It is one voice to many. When we try to listen everyone's voice, the recipient becomes overwhelmed by too much information. So technology can help us to better collect many voices. That is broad listening. So using technology to update not only outgoing but also incoming. Here is an example. We collected a post on Twitter, used the Perspective API to exclude offensive comments, and got about 1,200 posts. We used an open source tool, Talk to the City by AI Objective Institute to create this visualization. There are various opinion clusters. The summary and labels for the cluster are generated by AI. This demonstrates how current technology has already made this possible. So broad listening. I love this concept. It is an augmentation of human cognitive abilities, and it also changed the social structure. This illustration was originally created to explain how large language models can transform organizational structures. Hierarchy structure emerged. Hierarchical structure emerged because the size of organizations exceeded the cognitive capacity of humans. Since it is impossible to listen to everyone's voice, we had to create hierarchy where some people listen to others and relay the information. However, if the technology enables us to listen to a large number of voices, leading to a reduction in hierarchical structure. The keyword hierarchy is often mentioned as a characteristic when discussing about Japanese organizational culture. In Mayer's research shows that Japan is a hierarchical but consensual culture. In the culture, members of an organization should follow the organizational decision, but the leader of the organization should not make a decision alone. Japanese culture is different from that of other many countries around the world, so mutual understanding of each culture would be beneficial to build a new society, because beauty, growth, progress all result from the union of the unlike. I want to introduce more aspects of Japanese culture. They avoid confrontation and they want anonymity. In Japanese culture, open disagreement is not good. It breaks social harmony. And also, let's please see the right chart. It shows the anonymous user on Twitter. The majority of Japanese people do not want to express their opinion using their real name. So all Japanese speakers at the international conference, including me, are outlier in Japanese culture. So leader of Japanese organization must listen broadly to conflicting anonymous voices. In such case, anonymous police-like system will help to encourage deliberation. And KJ method also helps those situations. The KJ method developed by Kawakita Jiro in Japan, it is a way to make a collective wisdom from a large amount of descriptive data. It also known as affinity diagram in English-speaking country, but there is a major misunderstanding in translation of the concept. The core concept of KJ method, Kawakita Jiro said, it is completely wrong to move from broad category to final one. We must always proceed from final categories to broader one. Simply using existing group framework in your mind and fit the piece into this ready-made framework, it completely nullifies the creative power of KJ method. So we must let go of existing framework in your mind, and we must break down the boundary of group created by preconception. That is the first step toward correctly understand the world. Re- re- Related to the concept of boundary, I would like to introduce the idea of another Japanese philosopher, that is Nameraka Society by Suzuki Ken. A flat society is homogeneous, monolithic society. It is not good. Step society is divided by boundary between multiple groups. There are divisions. Instead, it is preferable for these groups to be smoothly connected without clear boundary. That is Nameraka society. We should not make we should not make world homogeneous to resolve division. We should make the boundaries smooth. And again, broad listening, augmenting human cognitive abilities smoothes boundaries. Because by expanding the range of what people can observe, it becomes easier to include diverse opinion within their range. This helps people understand the plurality that exists here and now. I believe that this is what is what is needed for us to cooperate beyond divisions. So this is a summary. Broad reasoning is augmentation of human cognitive abilities. It decreases the need of hierarchical structure of the organization, and we must let go of existing frameworks to understand the world correctly. We must break down the boundary of groups created by preconception. We should not make world homogeneous to resolve division. We should make the boundary smooth, and augmenting human cognitive abilities help to smooth the boundary by understanding plurality. Thank you for listening for my presentation on plurality in Japan.